So this is just for you. I wanted to highlight some things I've noticed about having this unit for a long time. First of all, it still works perfectly fine. That hasn't given me any issues. But one of the minor gripes I think I have is this here, which is kind of a magnet. It's super genius and super nice. The one thing I really wish this had was some kind of a material where the coffee grinds don't stick. Obviously, I could just rinse this, pop it back in, and dry it, and brand new, it's not going to be damaged at all, but it is a little bit annoying after you rinse it out and clean this up and clear the coffee grinds out anytime I want to use this. So it's a little bit annoying, but the best thing we want to share about this machine is obviously aesthetics. It looks amazing. Most of all the materials, I've had this for about a year now, and none of the materials look like it's been damaged. There are some water spouts from being used for a long time, like around here. Some of the water, because of this feature here, has caused some water spouts. But overall, I don't see very many scratches or nicks at all. And I can do a durability test across to see how durable the materials are. So we'll see. We'll start with the big silver one here. And yes, I do see some scratches. If you look at it with the lights there, then you can see that there are some scratches, but it is not very noticeable, especially if you don't put the light on it. So as long as there's no direct light, then it should be quite fine. We'll go ahead and move on now here to the matte finish on top, and don't see very much at all. So the matte finish is actually very scratch resistant. Here we'll take a look at the silicone, and so this will definitely scratch. I do notice there's some scratches here. Scratch the plastic up on here, and the plastic is very, very easy to scratch. You can see this scratch right there. So yes, the plastic here on top is very scratchable. You could see it quite easily. So just keep that in mind. There are also a lot of black parts on the machine as well, and we'll see how that looks. The black parts are not very durable at all. They can scratch pretty easily, and you can see right there in the middle there. You get right there with the light on the handle there, you can see some scratches there, but again, not very noticeable. The one that is most noticeable is probably the black ones. The silver ones you don't see. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the gray layer at the bottom here. Some scratches there. You can see the discoloration. The scratches here, you can see right there. Just it's very clear. So that's probably going to take the prize for the most noticeable scratching. The next part I love about this machine is how fast the water comes. Obviously, when you use the tap water, you turn on the hot, it takes a while to ramp up. And if you want to boil it, of course, microwaving, it's going to take some time. But here with the device, you go to the hot water setting, and after 5 seconds, it's already giving me hot water. So this is by far the best way to get hot water. It's so quick. It's not just lukewarm either. It's about as hot as you can get. You can't see how hot it is, but it is very hot. Next, we look at the pressure. It's really satisfying to get up into the optimum range, and it's also very useful for beginners that don't really know what they're doing. All you got to do is aim for this part, and you'll get that perfect espresso every time. So I've added some already, so we'll see how that goes. So as you saw, because I already built one batch with the pressure, it didn't get up all the way, but that's why this is very useful, because you could take a look at the indicator there for how the coffee is going to be. So instead of just seeing and wondering what is wrong, you just have a very clear picture of what you need to fix in order to get that optimum high espresso range. This feature surprised me and how much I love it because it's such a simple feature, which is just the water tank. Having this handle here like this, it's very sturdy and very well designed. Because of the ledges here, you'll never misalign your water tank. You just slide it in, slap it on. It's very satisfying, does a click, and it's super easy. This thing is probably my favorite part of the process in terms of making the coffee. It's just for the water. Every time, it's just so satisfying. It's a very neat indicator, minimum, maximum. Overall, it's just super nice and clean, and it's what you should expect for paying the price. When you lift this up, you can also see there's a water filter there that tells you how you need to replace it, when you need to replace it. Overall, just in terms of instructions are very useful. It's inside, tell you what to do, but you're never going to see it. So it just makes it a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So that's super smart. Lastly, my favorite feature by far is the cable. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of a give right here. So this increases the longevity to put that bend in there, and they put a little piece here so that if you pull on it, it's not going to affect the cable because if you didn't have this edge, because the edge is a little bit sharp, but if you do this for a long time, it's possibly going to damage it. So it's a really smart design. Not to mention the design right here at the cable right here. You could just put your finger there and just pull it out. It's just really nice, really smart. It's one of my favorite features because it's just indicative of how the people who made this machine were thinking. They followed every process, every way to improve the user experience and just make the thing overall better. So even as small as a plug here, it just feels satisfying to pull out, feels easy. That's why you're looking for something that gives you the convenience and the ease of use. So overall, after having this for a year, my opinion has not changed. I still love this thing as much as when I had it. Haven't had any issues. I would get it again. Highly recommended.